Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2019 edition with our Chinese playthrough. I just opened the newspaper here upon starting it, and I found that the Buddhist community leader of North Korea is asking North Korea to end the unfair war against South Korea, so I just found that pretty funny. Last episode, we took Bhutan over, and it is now a state of China, essentially. We've eyed some new targets as well. We've actually prepared for cyber attacks against both Nepal and Mongolia. And, while those are unjust wars, I did get justification to declare war on Myanmar for whatever reason. They gave me a reason. And I went to the UN about it. And the UN was like, yeah, that's good. Where is Myanmar here? I guess it's right here, yeah. Purchase of nuclear missiles from foreign powers. So I have that proof against them, so that's pretty great. Our popularity is still recovering from our very unjust war against Bhutan. I'm not rushing it due to just, money situation. Speaking of money situation, if we take a look, Mexico has turned to a light green. We're going to go back into AIDS and send Mexico another 25 million. Very small amount for us. And that will hopefully make them turn dark green so that we can get an alliance and maybe even basing rights eventually out of Mexico. My agents that were in Bhutan are now ready to be deployed to other countries here, so I guess I'll get them going somewhere new where we are otherwise lacking agents, I guess. Let's just go 5 into a bunch of these ones that only have 10. There you go, 15, 15, 15, 15. That looks a lot better. And confirm. So last episode, North Korea lost control over Ansan towards the end of it, the beginning of it. I don't remember what part. But they did lose control over Ansan, which is something they had taken from South Korea. And they've actually snuck some more troops in there. And I guess South Korea didn't leave anyone defending it. If I remember correctly, it was American infantry that took it. I don't know, but look at that. They just retook it with basically no resistance, and they're now trying to, and failing to, move on. But they've reclaimed the territory they lost last episode, so that's pretty good for them. So I had to go ahead and donate 2 more times of 25, a total of about 100 mil to Mexico, but I got them dark green.
Sure.
So we're gonna give them all the bells and whistles here and go right for that alliance. And bam, a Chinese alliance with Mexico. That would be awful for the United States as a geopolitical threat. Imagine one of the biggest enemies of the United States gets access to move through and fight alongside someone bordering your country. That would be pretty bad. Let me see what I can get in terms of access. So I got air. Let me just do a switch right there. Nope. Okay. Let me try and trade like this. Alright, cool. Finally, land? No. How about land for land? No. Okay. Well, this is fine for now. I'll end the meeting. We've gotten an alliance. We've gotten air and maritime access, meaning we can fly over it with our military planes. We can sail around it and use it for refueling. So that's good. Land-wise, we can't land on it yet, but that would be very, very easy. I'm sure if I scheduled another meeting right now after donating a little bit more, or just schedule a meeting later, it would be easy to acquire. So plus 1.5 for an international meeting. It's because they're a federal republic, quote-unquote, technically a democracy, that my population likes how I visited the dude. Because, oh my god, maybe this means we are moving to a democracy if democracies will meet with us. Whoa. Oh my god, that pipeline I was setting up is finally going to open. At least I think it's this pipeline. There you go. Pipe 3336. Is that what I just got informed about? Date. Well, it disappeared, but I'm pretty sure it's this because I don't think I built any other pipelines. Yeah. So more than likely, I am finally opening up this pipeline right here, and I'll be able to actually cheaply trade oil to North Korea. And I don't know if I've shown you already, you guys, what this looks like, but if we come over here to oil, and it fucking flew off in a different direction, oil, and we take a look at the oil tanker train you will see that, oh, this game's so laggy when you have the military map open. You will see this is the current price if I was just going to do a basic oil export, because we have a land connect. We can export via train or oil tanker. I believe, these are cheap, but they're not like the cheapest. And as you see, our sale price is still above their purchase price. Does that mean they won't buy it? No, they'll still buy it, but it's not as likely. If they can get it from somewhere else cheaper, they're going to buy it cheaper. But thanks to the pipeline, our sales price goes underneath their purchase price because the cost of getting there gets reduced so much, meaning that they would then buy from us way more likely because it's cheap and it's convenient. So that's pretty cool. What is this confidential information? Secretly finances democratic forces terrorists which attack Iran. I'm going to be honest, guys. I think the UN would really turn a blind eye to that. Earth Overshoot Day. Nobody cares about this. Also, I'd like to point out that now that my inflation is going down, my growth has kind of caught up with the oil situation. It's going to keep going down the way it is. I'm actually going to scale the interest rate back down to 9%. That is going to essentially give a little bit of a boost to growth and maybe a little bit of a boost to inflation as well. I'm just, now that I've stabilized it to the point where inflation is no longer going up, I want to stabilize it to a point where growth is no longer going down. I mean, it will go down. It will. That is just how the economy works. But, Taiwan, President Liu Han's intention to develop a nuclear weapons program. And I have like 3 strong suspicions. Did any of you actually get me any proof? Get this potential informer. Let me take a look. Did you guys get me any proof of that? Because I could get UN against them. No, just suspicions. We need more than suspicions if we want to get UN permission against a country. When it comes to nuclear missiles, anyway. So these jackasses, the Animal Friends and Protectors Associations, are angry because they're threatened by human activity, animals, that is. Doesn't say which animals, just says animal friends, as if this lady thinks that most animals wouldn't try to eat her if given the chance. Apparently every day new breeds disappear and leaders in this world march on tanks filled with threatened animals to attract the attention of the media. So basically it's a bunch of social justice bullshit morons are now marching across my country being dickheads. I don't even know how you have permission to do something like that. I have every association in this country dependent on the government. What do I just need? Do I need more policing? Do I need stricter stuff? Do I just need to ban your stupid organization? I don't know. So as you can see, here's the result of me lowering the interest rate by 1%. Inflation's actually still going down, so that's an amazing sign. Unemployment dipped down as well, and growth jumped up by about a 1/5 or a 1/4 of a percentage point. So that's really awesome for just undoing what I did initially to control it. I will probably... take that down. I will definitely keep that pace up just so that the economy gets back under control, because I built too much oil stuff at once, and this is how I controlled it. And, we had a point where the inflation was getting too high, the growth was getting too high, but now we are winding down from that. That's really good. I just got to make sure in the future not to build so much stuff at once, Not at once. Happiness, Greece, and China. Hey! The inauguration of the oil pipeline.
Emotion competes with pride when I look at this building. Before us stands the expression of our national genius. Yes, let us not mince words. This is a sacred fire, which stimulates our architect's vision and drives the passion of our building professionals.
That was so generic. I wonder if that's just like a general thing. University campus? Yeah, man, go ahead.
Our network has obtained intelligence, data.
Hey, we can cyber attack South Korea whenever we want. I wonder if I cyber attack South Korea, if that would help North Korea win. Because whether North Korea wins here or not, like, if North Korea wins, great. I'll make friends with them. This area will be secure. If they fail, then I will just probably attack South Korea, take it myself. I think I will assist them in this way, though. This seems like a pretty good way to assist them without getting directly involved. I will launch this cyber attack while setting up another one against South Korea. And who knows, maybe North Korea will make some use of it, maybe they won't. But this way I can say that I helped, right? Cyber attack against the South Korea scheduled. That cyber attack may have been a little poorly timed. I haven't seen anything about this here. Okay. The cyber attack worked. I haven't seen anything about it here, but it says North and South Korea here have a treaty, a continuing latent conflict, meaning they have some sort of ceasefire going on. I love how the moment I choose a cyber attack, they have like a ceasefire going on. And they got it with France and the United States as well. It's a latent conflict, so it can emerge again at just about any time, but it looks like the war is cooling down. I still haven't seen any pursue my clandestine activities. Yeah. I don't care what people think about me hiring you. We're on the top of the world at the Tokyo Summer Olympics. 112 medals. That's insane. That is insane, but yeah, it looks like this war may be entering a ceasefire state and maybe winding down. That's pretty interesting. That's a whole lot of fighting that accomplished nothing. I wonder if it will continue. If not, I guess I don't really mind. I realize this because I went here to just check all the conflicts, and I saw the only two at the top were Turkey against the Syrian Kurdish resistance and the United States against the Mujahideen, for which they do literally nothing. We've dealt some good damage against the Chinese Democratic Movement. I don't actually remember the previous numbers, but I think these numbers are a lot lower. In maybe 1-2 more infiltrations tops, we should get rid of this organization completely. Oh, okay, here we go. South Korea, the end of conflict between North and South Korea. Relations between both nations go back to normal with soldiers return and the exchange of prisoners. That's really interesting. Police draw blank. Okay. So it seems that this war has just ended, in fact. It could potentially break out again, but it looks like for right now it has just ended. What is this? A container. I guess it was going to the oil port and now it has nowhere to go. So that's really interesting that it stopped there. South Korea lost a lot. They lost a lot after that war, and North Korea lost a lot as well. It'll be interesting to watch them rebuild from this, and I wonder if they'll declare war again. That would be hilarious. So it looks like our growth is starting to go back down a little bit. The inflation is still going down. This is amazing. So I will get the interest rate changed back down to... I'm actually going to go a little further than just going down 1%. Back down to 7.5%. And more than likely, we'll just see growth spike up again just for a little bit. Just a quick spike. And then inflation should overall, after it settles in, remain pretty damn stable while I try to find the new sweet spot to leave the inflation rate. Hopefully getting it back down to 5%. I don't like to leave it too high because it does kind of restrain and choke the rest of the economy if you leave it like that for too long. A lot of people don't understand that, though. Suspicions, develop nuclear weapons program. Okay, I've been given suspicions before. Are you guys giving me actual proof this time? Where's Taiwan? No, just a fuck ton of suspicions. Thanks. That's so useful. As a very cheap way to try to gain some more popularity quicker, I'm going to basically max out the priorities of access for handicapped transportation. It's really not that expensive in terms of my overall budget and income, so hopefully that ends up working out. So here are the immediate results to that interest rate decrease right here. 5.36% growth, so it went up more again. Unemployment dipped back down again. This is probably more temporary. And inflation continued to go down, but by a much smaller amount this point. That's how you know that we're still in a stable range. So this is looking very good, very, very healthy right now for our economy. Some kind of new raging conflict has blown up between France and Canada. I can't even begin to comprehend what the hell this means. There's already been the deaths of some Canadian helicopters and French tanks? How The only thing I can think of would be that France did not have permission to move units through Canada, and it was moving units like to the Koreas or back from the Koreas, probably to the Koreas, and that created a conflict over here that is resulting in a war. I don't actually know what to make of this. All I know is there's still a bunch of French troops that I guess never made it to Korea, and they look like they're all coming home. And it looks like they were just intercepted. I don't think this was supposed to happen. I think France just didn't have sufficient travel rights, but they traveled through anyway because the AI is ballsy. And then Canada opened fire like, bitch, get off our land. And now these guys have a latent conflict active. Oh my god, what is even happening? That will probably go away on its own and result in nothing. As it does stand, though, Canada is like militarizing in preparation for it to go poorly. It looks like they're... Are they chasing the French units? Oh my god. Alright, what are you finding? That they fund terrorists in South Sudan. Afghanistan can't even fund itself. And they're funding terrorists somewhere else. Great. But is it just me, guys, or does it look like these helicopters are chasing the French? It really does look like they're chasing the French, and we're about to see here. Oh, crap. Look at this. Alright, this one's gonna hit first. Let's just... They're doing it. Oh my god. The Canadians are chasing down all the French units that are coming back, I guess, from trying to get to South Korea and North Korea, and they're attacking them. They're flying out and attacking them, and we're having a disaster. Oh god, it's a flood. That should not be too bad. My spending in floods is well, it's okay. It's not, it could be better. I should improve it eventually. But Canada is legitimately, look at that. Oh god, looks like I have that zoom bug. We've seen this in the Brazil playthrough. And now, the United States. What? Raging conflict between Canada and the United States. A container was destroyed. The US destroyed a container. What the fuck is happening? Are they gonna go to war over this random bullshit that shouldn't even have happened? What the shit, man? They're actually attacking French units, and now somehow the US is involved. Because there's Canadian units. Oh my god, the US are now there's US helicopters chasing down the Canadian helicopters. And infantry going to meet Canadian infantry. You can't possibly catch a helicopter with a helicopter, right? I guess these are lower quality, so maybe? Cannot move forward. Yeah. Technological research. Okay. Bargain concluded. Dude, oh god, oh crap, yeah, that zoom bug is definitely here to stay already. But you see tanks mobilizing are... Whoa! Speak about a popularity bonus.
Concerning the
just because of our spending against flooding, we just got like max popularity. I didn't even have to try. Just spending an environment to prevent catastrophes just maxed out my popularity. Man, there's certain tabs that are way too overpowered in this shit. Let me speed up. I want to see this actually collide. It's about to. You could see that. The US is actually chasing Canadian units into Canada and attacking them because of their, I want to say trespassing, but it shouldn't have been trespassing. We might start to see some war declarations actually pop up here. Oh yeah, they did it. I mean, they died, but they did it. They attacked. And now there should be a raging conflict here. And we should see, yep, thousands of infantry dying. Man, 5,000 Canadians dead? This would lead to war in real life. Guys, we might be looking at an actual war breaking out between the United States and Canada. Or France and Canada. And holy shit, I mean, I'm fine with that. NATO tearing itself apart is only good for me. Indonesia bought 2 nuclear missiles from Oman. I have proof of that? Where is that? Where's Indonesia? I do. I have proof of that. I might be able to get permission to invade Indonesia. Let's provide that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Indonesia. Evidence sufficient for sanctions. Okay. Victim compensation.
The population affected by the disaster is in a very precarious situation.
Wow, that's actually quite a lot of money.
Lost a lot, and even everything, and are asking the
budget
state
to
for help to survive.
apply. So this is in millions of dollars, so
want to
not that
allocate
much.
to compensate victims and
7
reconstruct
billion
affected
should be enough. And let's go back to the UN and let's ask for military intervention against Indonesia, so we can just permanently get that. Because I mean, some of these other wars, like against Mongolia and such, that I have set up, these are Nepal. These are unjust wars. I will take a lot of flack, which is why I wanted max popularity before doing another one. But when I get this shit set up against Indonesia like I have against Myanmar, that's permanent. That never goes away. So that's pretty awesome. The international papers are already funny as fuck. Look at this. Faced with threat of war with Canada, people storm the shops, mobilizes its troops and deploys them to the region invaded by Canadian armed forces. Major peace march. International Criminal Court announces French exclusion. French declaration of war against another member country. Wait, they declared war? They actually declared war? So France apparently declared war on Canada, which breaks rules. So they got kicked out of the ICC. The United States was invaded, quote unquote, by Canada. Man, has this affected the NATO politics screen? Has this affected this? No. France, all three of these are still members. Man, this is just some buggy shit. It's not even a bug, it's just that, something happened that wasn't supposed to happen, that none of the AI intended to happen, and now we might just see Canada get eaten up by someone. Is France mobilizing at all? They mobilized pretty heavily to attack Korea. I don't see them mobilizing at the moment to attack Canada. So this could pass, or this could escalate. Who knows? My popularity is at 100. The family randomly loves me again. Women randomly love me. So this sounds like a perfect time to finally finish destroying the family allowance. Save a little bit of money and make sure people are not encouraged to have kids, because fuck that shit. Everything on the right just randomly vanished, and that's kind of weird. I have confidential information against Myanmar. I don't need any more information against them. So while it's a very, piss poor effort, I found these United States helicopters flying into Canada, and I guess trying to attack someone that pissed them off. I speed up a little bit. Oh, and then they fucking rubber band on me. Alright. I don't know what they're trying to attack, but they're definitely moving into Canada, which is pretty interesting. And apparently of the inauguration of the port. I think I know exactly what that is, actually. Right, they're leaving, so maybe that won't escalate. If we go to over here, though, I know exactly what port that is. That is the oil terminal port that I have set up over here. My only oil terminal in my entire country. I wonder if that will start to see usage over time. The international papers actually has Canadian armed forces invade territory, and that Trump, or not Trump, quote unquote, delivered an ultimatum to Canada to evacuate all armed forces within 72 hours or hostilities will commence. That's crazy. Due to the wish of the United States and Canada have broken off all military and strategic treaties and agreements? Okay, does that now mean they're out of NATO? No. But I think that does mean if I go over here to Canada or the US and I hit diplomacy, and I look at their alliances, crap, I have to, so let's just go down here and pick the United States if I find it. Where is you? It's down here. Okay, United States, and scroll down to Canada. Yeah, they don't have any military, they just lost their military alliance. They were military allies. No longer. Now they just have a conflict. I don't know if it will escalate, but that is pretty cool to see that was just kind of broken off. I wonder if Canada's treaties with anybody else has broken off as well? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so it seems to have broken off with France, but the rest of NATO still has them as allies. Curious to see how this will progress. Slight military update. I have started sending troops, about 27,000 troops to Baotou over here. I've sent a small amount of tanks because they're not as necessary, but about 50, 60 tanks or something. And all of my commandos over here to Baotou in preparation for declaring war on Mongolia, another war which I would not have permission to do, but one where I'm not likely to get permission, so I've set up cyber attacks for it anyway. Once my troops are in position, I will schedule the cyber attack and declare war. If it does not happen towards the very end of this episode, it will happen probably around the beginning of next episode. Hey, someone from the international community, quote unquote, gave me $677 million to deal with the flooding tragedy, which is about 10% of what I needed. But the thing is, I thought I already paid for all of it. I guess I didn't. Look at that. That wasn't everything. That's why they sent me money. That's why they're sending me money, because I actually did not pay all of it off, even though I put it in a number that's higher than what they told me they needed. So let's go ahead and throw another $1 billion and try to finish that up. Get rid of that.
Our infiltrated
Ooh,
agents have
United
the chance to
States,
carry out
possibility to sabotage Amelik
Sort of
Island.
Bulgarian opening, if you'll allow me the analogy, that according to my calculations would produce a two-figure dynamic impact.
I don't know what that means, but like, yeah, man. Hey, where'd that go? I tried to click it to bring me to the location and it just fucking vanished. And stuff over here keeps vanishing. Is this a bug? Is this playthrough getting buggy already? I wouldn't be surprised. The family allowance law has taken effect, and all the money for the flooding and stuff is done. And that is awesome. So those two things are dealt with. So that means we are ready to fuck up another tiny country. I say tiny. Mongolia's landmass isn't as tiny. Its population is basically equally as small. Bhutan had a little less than 1 million, or about 1 million population. Mongolia has about 3 million population. Their army is like even tinier, or just as tiny, so it should be easy to stomp over them theoretically. Although, while the cyber attack's active, I am going to be trying to march across all this territory to reach their capital. I could maybe go around and try to set it up over here, but that could create some complications, so I'm just not going to bother. I'm going to cyber attack, and I'm just going to march my way over here, because no matter what they have, it shouldn't be able to stop me from getting to the capital. And we have a meeting request with Cuba, so I'll go ahead and mark that after this national holiday and whatever this inauguration is. Ukrainian military units advance towards the borders in anticipation of an attack by Russia. Hello? What is this now? This is probably just a border tension. Yeah, they're sending like a couple units to the border based off of a border tension. We are going to vote on my resolution against Indonesia. That's good. But man, with all the weird-ass hostilities and fighting that's happening, yo, look at these fucking tanks are actually marching into Canada. What the fuck? You remember, guys, we went through the Brazil playthrough, and aside from my own conflicts, it was very rare. Like, only one other conflict, I think, happened in the entire game. Spoilers, if you haven't watched that playthrough, by the way. Go watch it now before I say the next sentence I'm about to say. But you remember that the United States actually invaded Venezuela right before I was going to invade Venezuela, and that really threw me for a loop. We're seeing so much more aggression in this one, and it's kind of crazy. So I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is we actually got issued a very small amount of debt because we are running a deficit. We're not actually positive on money anymore, but that's why I've been making sure not to spend anymore. National Festival appearance, okay. And we've gotten a new technology, the reproduction of embryonic stem cells. And here's our meeting with Cuba. And let me guess, it's some kind of trade. You would like to sell to me sugarcane, for which I produce a good amount, but I don't meet my full consumption. You would like to sell me most of your production, in fact, to give me a cheaper price. The price you're offering me is dog shit. So we're going to negotiate about this real strictly, or you're going to get out of my face and let my industry expand by itself. That's what I thought. You can take this coffee.
Sure.
and get out of my face, apparently, because you won't give me anything else over there. But otherwise, guys, I think we got a full episode here. It's looking pretty good. Next episode, we are going to probably go to war with Mongolia. And who knows what the hell these other conflicts and such are going to evolve into. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.